So I am starting an experiment, and this channel is going to be the experiment. I am going to use discipline and routines to improve my art practice and increase my time spent doing my hobbies. How am I going to do that? I want to do an hour of studies a day, drawing studies. I want to have a weekly project focus so I don't end up with 5 projects going on at once. I am the kind of person that tends to have 5 to 10 projects hanging around my house at all times, and it creates a lot of clutter, and I don't like the clutter. I want to be able to focus on one thing at a time. I want to be more mindful of my digital consumption habits. I am not a Luddite. I love the internet. Being somebody who is born and raised in the South in small towns in the middle of nowhere, the internet has been an incredible boon for me, but I'm not a fan of how the billionaires, these tech billionaires, have come online and decided they're going to create 5 main websites that everyone does everything on all the time, and they're going to make them very predatory and spend a lot of time and money making sure people never leave these specific 5 websites so they can serve us as many ads as our little brains can handle. Not a fan of that. So I want to be more mindful of how I'm consuming things digitally. My last thing I want to do is use this channel to document. I think it'd be a nice visual journal. I keep an actual journal that I write in, but sometimes having a visual journal, good idea. Be able to actually look back instead of just read my words. I'm starting it in July. This is quarter 1. It starts in July. July, August, September. 4 quarters, 3 months in 1 quarter. Why am I starting it in July? Because any time is a good time to start something new. I'm not waiting until January to do this. So I'm starting it in July. And this first quarter is going to focus mostly on building discipline and routines. I want to experiment with different routines to find out what works best for me. Am I the kind of person who enjoys drawing in the morning, the afternoon, in the evening? When is the best time to do each of my different hobbies? When am I being pulled towards my phone and away from drawing or doing my hobbies? I'm just trying to figure out what works best so I can implement these routines into my life as seamlessly as possible. Once I implement these routines, I want to build discipline and resilience in myself to continue doing these routines. I want to use some of this time to do more research into different things, like my hobbies or drawing, learning more stuff that can help me along the way. And quarter 1, my main focus is going to be updating my channel weekly. One of my hobbies I like doing is video editing, but I never upload, so I should probably work on that more. So why am I doing this? Why am I starting this experiment in the beginning of July, in the middle of the year, during a heat wave? I thrive when I have routines, but I have a pretty weak sense of discipline. But I am a more lackadaisical person. I'm not good with discipline. I am very much a go with the flow kind of person. And ultimately, that hasn't worked out too well for me. I want to improve my art skills. I started drawing when I was in middle school. My first sketchbook was from when I was in middle school. I was in 7th grade, 7th or 8th grade, I believe. And I never implemented healthy or productive drawing or art practices when I was younger. Despite every YouTuber I watched saying, hey, make sure you do studies, make sure you actually do these things that help you in your art, because it'll make it a lot easier for you and it'll help you improve your art quicker and you'll feel better for doing it. And I never did it, and I paid for it because at a point you kind of hit the ceiling. And you actually have to have these basics done to improve further. I want to improve my hobbies. I really enjoy sewing, crochet, video editing, like I said earlier, and knitting. I have a lot of different hobbies that I like to do, and I need to improve them. I want to spend more time on them because I actually enjoy doing them, and I want to improve like sewing and crochet, because I want to make myself I want to make my own wardrobe, or at least be able to modify and fix things that I thrift so that way they fit me properly. And in order to do that, I need to improve these skills so that way the things that I make or the things that I modify or alter don't fall apart on me when I'm out in the middle of public. And I also want to create less overwhelm in my daily life. If I have these routines, it'll help the rest of my day just kind of fall into place. And I won't feel like I'm drowning in chores. I won't feel like I'm drowning in hobbies. I'll just be able to do my hobbies and then do everything else that needs to be done and work on the things that bring me joy throughout the day. I'm also doing this so that way I can learn more. Like I said, I want to do research into these topics, whether it's like my hobbies or just kind of secondary topics about, discipline and, yes. I don't want to say self help stuff. I kind of don't like the term self help, but that kind of thing. I want to do more research. I want to do more research and learn more about whatever it is I want to learn about, and that's going to improve my mental elasticity. And I think that's important. And lastly, I just want to get over my fear of learning in public. I'm very much a perfectionist, and even though I enjoy video editing, or I love making art, or I love crocheting, or knitting, or any of these other hobbies that I have, I never really post about them online because I'm afraid of looking imperfect. That's not really something I really need to be worried about. Nobody's perfect. I need to get over it. I need to figure out that progress is better than perfection. So that's the main reasons why I'm doing this experiment. So, if you're interested, you can subscribe, see what happens, follow the experiment, or maybe this inspires you to start your own experiment. I don't know, but I hope you like the video. If you watch to this point, I do appreciate you. You have been a great boon to me. And I think that's it for this first video. I hope you liked it. See you next Monday.